Welcome into our first 2015-2016 edition of Timeout with Tubby, alongside the head men's basketball coach, Tubby Smith. I'm Adam Doyle. Coach, you're getting ready to start your first regular season matchup. You've had a couple dress rehearsals so far. Good win over Concordia, and then you take down WT as well. What did you like about what you saw from your team in the first two matchups?
Well, I like that our guys competed, especially when you have a big lead like that and you're playing against teams that you feel like you're supposed to win. Staying focused, executing, and I thought we did those things. We met most of our goals as far as rebounding, field goal percentage, defensive field goal percentage, offensive field goal percentage, and I think we made some progress in those games.
Talk about some of the newcomers, some guys that the fans don't know yet. You got C.J. Williamson, Devin Thomas, obviously Jordan Jackson. Who are some of the guys that are going to make an impact quickly and the fans will see immediately?
Well, you mentioned the three that will. I think Isaiah Manderson is really stepping up. He's an inside player that gives us a lot more depth. But I really like the way Jordan is playing. And Jordan, his ability, he's probably the best athlete on the team all around. And then C.J. Williamson, we signed both of those young men because they made us more athletic. They can play in an up-tempo style, or they can play in a good half-court game. Devin Thomas, he really hasn't displayed what he can do because he had that ankle sprain in the game against Concordia, and his ankle is still a little sore, so I'm waiting to see how he responds in the game against High Point Friday night.
Coach, talk about Aaron Ross, a guy that is a veteran on this team but has lost some weight in the offseason. It really looks like he's sculpted his game in many different ways. He comes out with 15 in the first game, 10 in the second game. See a guy that's going to be a more impact player for you this year?
I hope. Aaron, he deserves an opportunity to, he's gone through a lot. 2 knee surgeries on the same knee. So he's a guy that you're pulling for. And he knew that he had to, trim down, take some of that pressure off his knee, and he's done that. He sculpted his body, his body fat's gone. So I think he's in the best shape he's been in about 3 years. So that helps a lot. And his ability to knock down the open shot outside creates a real matchup problem for opposition. So we'll have to use them accordingly throughout the game.
Coach Todrick Gocher, a guy that obviously the fans are going to know and we've seen a lot from, especially from behind the three-point line. He's done a lot off the court, especially in the classroom and the community. But just the other day, he goes off for 23 points, 6 for 6 from the field. Can we expect that from him every game?
Well, I hope so. He's a committed player. I guess I'm his 4th coach in 5 years. So he's a guy that believes and loves Texas Tech. And he's a guy who's our team captain, who the players really respect. Not just on the basketball court, but off the court, because he is working on his 2nd master's degree. But his ability to knock down a shot, if he can do what he did, I won't expect him to go 6 for 6 in a game and get 23 points. But he's our best passer as far as assist-to-turnover ratio, returning from last year. And he's been through the wars in the Big 12 and around, so he knows what it takes. And he's a leader on the court in practice and a leader off the court.
Most haven't heard of High Point, the team you'll face tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Team out of North Carolina. They play in the Big South. What do you know about them, Coach?
Well, it's my alma mater, so I've had a lot. I've watched them. I've watched Scott Cherry, who played for Dean Smith, won a national championship there at North Carolina, University of North Carolina. So he has the pedigree, and he's developed an outstanding team, a consistent winning team in the Big South. They won the regular season title 2 out of the last 3 years in the Big South. They had the reigning player of the year returning in John Brown, who's about 6'8", and so he's a real matchup nightmare. He's a pro potential, and they have some other players in Kajini who's a 6'8", 6'7" player who can stretch the defense with his outside shooting. He's their leading 3-point shooter. So it'll be like old home week, seeing the supporters and the High Point players, the coaching staff, and some players from an area where I coach high school basketball.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that was your Timeout with Tubby. Tomorrow night, Friday night, 8 p.m., right here at the United Supermarkets Arena. Texas Tech hosting High Point for their season opener. You can obviously get tickets through 742 Tech, or you can get them at the door. And if you can't watch, or you can't get here, you can watch it on Fox College Sports. Then go to texastech.com for a full recap on Texas Tech TV. For head coach Tubby Smith, I'm Adam Doyle.